At 3:45 a.m., an anonymous call was placed to the Overland Park Police Department. The caller told police a man had been beaten inside a blue house near West 87th Street and Lowell Avenue, and an ambulance was needed. The caller went on to say he had seen the victim through a basement window. The man refused to give his name and said he didn't want to get involved. Police arrived at the residence at 3:50 a.m. and saw no sign of forced entry. The homeowners, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Baum, were asleep in an upstairs bedroom and told police they had heard nothing. Police learned that the homeowner's 19-year-old son, William Baum, and a friend, Ward Rhodes, had left the home at around 1:30 a.m. to drive to Branson to see a rock concert and go fishing, and were expected to be back in a few days. 19-year-old Tony Payne was renting a room in the basement and had not gone with William and Ward to Branson. When the police entered the room in the basement, they were met with a grisly scene. They found Tony lying on his bed, one leg in his jeans, as if he were getting ready for bed. His head had been badly beaten. Part of his skull had been crushed into his brain. He was rushed to an area hospital. Tony died later that day, never regaining consciousness. The murder weapon was believed to have been a tire iron or pipe. The murder weapon was never recovered. Tony's autopsy report said he died from multiple blows to the head. There was no evidence of sexual assault, and nothing had been stolen, and neighbors reported no suspicious activity. According to the police report, 19-year-old Tony Payne had moved out of his parents' house and had been staying with a friend, William Baum, and his parents. Tony slept in a bedroom in the basement. The basement was a common gathering place for Tony and his friends, and the door in the garage was typically kept unlocked. On July 1st, Tony, William Baum, Ward Rhodes, and two other males were hanging out in the basement watching TV. At around 1:30 a.m., William and Ward left for Branson, leaving Tony and two other males in the basement. At around 2 a.m., the two males left, and Tony was alone in his basement room. In a 1989 interview, the lead detective on Tony's murder case said the anonymous caller had given police detailed information that someone walking by the house could not have known or seen during the night. That detective said he knows who the anonymous caller was. The detective also said he knows who killed Tony, and the person was in prison at the time of the 1989 interview for numerous unrelated offenses committed in Johnson County, Kansas. This case was reopened in 2021 because of DNA results from the crime scene, and detectives are seeking new tips and info.